Sam Rosen, John Davidson, Al Troutwig here at Madison Square Garden. We are moments away from the start of the Rangers home opener. This will be game number 4 on the season for the Hartford Whalers. They have yet to win. And there is their new head coach this season, Paul Holmgren, who was fired by the Philadelphia Flyers last December the 4th after 3.5 seasons as their head coach, but back in the NHL. We are set for the singing of our national anthem. Let's go back to center ice and John Amarante.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red flame above bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That little guy was amazed that Amarante held that note that long. Good job, John Amarante. And back in the NHL, after a year away, Sean Burke, who played so well for the Canadian Olympic team last year.
You see that he's lost 2 games that he's played in this season, but trust me, he's the reason the games were close. Sean Burke has been simply outstanding early for Hartford this season. Lifetime 7-5-1 against the Rangers. Mike Richter gets the call as the Rangers alternate for the 3rd consecutive game. Mike with a win in Washington, allowed 2 goals, 1 a 5-on-3 goal against, and the other puck that was knocked by him accidentally by his own teammate. He played very well.
Rob Schick is the referee tonight. Dan McCourt and Jerry Parkman are the linesmen. John Ziegler, the former president of the National Hockey League, in attendance tonight.
I see he's assumed a position in Detroit
with the
Mike
Tigers.
Ilitch, yes, the owner of the Tigers and the Red Wings, and John Ziegler will be part of that. And good luck to him. He's been maligned somewhat, but I'll tell you what, Sam, he's a good person.
We are underway. Messier, Graves, and Gartner, Leach, and Bukaboom open up for the Rangers. Number 32, Murray Craven. Number 16, Pat Verbeek. Number 21, Andrew Castle for the Whalers, along with number 4, Eric Weinrich, the former New Jersey Devil, and number 26, Jim Agnew, one-time Vancouver Canuck. Andrew Castle's moving down, slowed down by Brian Leach. Verbeek tries to get a shot off. Leach blocked it. Verbeek after it. Pat Verbeek set to sign a new contract with the Hartford Whalers. That one on goal, stick to side by Richter. Out at the point, Jim Agnew. The shot deflected just wide of the net. Played by Murray Craven. Craven centers into the crease and cleared out by Brian Leach.
Pat Verbeek was named Whaler captain today. It'll be very interesting to see if he reacts with an outstanding game. Sometimes that happens to players. When they put the C on the jersey, they'll jump out and have a great game. Pat Verbeek and his line had a very strong first shift.
Icing is the call. We're still in the opening minute of play. Let's take a look at Roger Nielsen's lineup tonight. One change from the first 2 games of the season, and that is Alexei Kovalov will be in the lineup. Defense remains the same. Mike Richter getting his 2nd start in goal this season. John Van Beesbrook backs him up. And up front, Kovalov on the right side will play with Nemchinov and Koser. Messier going with Gartner and Graves tonight. Turcotte, King, and Broughton remain together. Antonio Monti plays the right side with Waite and Phil Bourque. So Waite. Nemchinov. set against former Ranger Mark Janssens, who wears number 22. Steve Conroy, one-time New York Islander, also played with Calgary and Chicago. The puck cleared out of the zone. Sergei Nemchinov is on with Alexei Kovalov, who has the puck now. And Joey Kosa, the pass across, intercepted by Jeff Sanderson. Sanderson, number 8, has Tim Kerr, who signed with the Hartford Whalers. And Randy Cunningworth, number 7. Cunningworth moving in. On goal, a save, a rebound. Went wide by Sanderson. Kovalov has the puck, looking for Kosa.
Hartford's been criticized by their management for not working the puck deep in the other team's zone and then not working hard enough when they did do it. Here in this first period, you can see that's their game plan. They created a turnover and 2 scoring chances because they're working the Rangers very deep.
Mark Hardy drives it in. Sean Burke watches it roll around. Kept in by Nemchinov to Kovalov. Kovalov trying to move away from Doug Huda. Huda hits Kovalov. Kovalov stays with the puck and centers, but it's intercepted by Castles, and he sends it out to Patrick Poulin.
Kovalov showed strength with the hit that was given to him because he kept his balance. He's shown good stick handling abilities, but he's also turned the puck over with 2 passes to the Whalers in the offensive zone so far.
Paul Broughton was knocked down. First penalty of the game. Doug Huda will go for elbowing.
This is what Hartford wanted. They realized 3 things. Brian Burke, the general manager, said we're too old, we're too slow, and we're not tough enough. So they've gone out and they've gotten some size. They've also put young players in the lineup. And sometimes when you try to play aggressive with size, you'll take penalties. And it's not hard to figure that one out. Led with the elbow. Who does so? The Rangers do have their first power play of the game.
Broughton's okay. Huda for elbowing at 2:19. And it gives the Rangers the first power play of the game. The Rangers were 1 for 7 at New Jersey, 1 for 8 in Washington, 2 for 15. But as John pointed out, especially in Washington, Rangers had played the power play pretty well, just didn't cash in. Burke moving it around. Murray Craven is there, and he clears the zone.
I think, too, Roger Nielsen's talked about it the last day or two. If they're going to have this many power plays in a game, the coaching staff have to be very smart in how they manage the players that play on the special team to make sure they have stamina for the entire hockey game.
Rangers have Messier, Gartner, and Amante up front. Leach and Turcotte at the points for the power play. Castles and Craven for Hartford, along with Weinrich and Agnew. That's save made by Burke. Here comes Gartner, and it's blocked. Gartner's got it again to Messier. Messier looking, moving toward the net and shooting wide. Around the boards to Darren Turcotte. He's picked up by Murray Craven. Messier lifted up into the crowd, stopping play.
Yeah, Messier on the near side of the ice, usually on the power play. He's over on the other side, so you've seen a change here by the coaching staff.
The keys to the game are brought to you by Key Ford, the only Ford dealer on Westchester Avenue. Key Ford in White Plains. And John, one big key, capitalizing on opportunity.
I think in looking at the last Rangers game, and credit to Billington, the Devil goaltender, but during the second period, the Rangers had a multitude of scoring chances and didn't finish. And a lot of them from their veteran players, such as Brian Leach and Mike Gartner, they just didn't capitalize. They had chances to win that game and didn't get it done.
Rangers now send on the Nemchinov line. Nemchinov with Kovalov and Koser. Patrick has come on. With 55 seconds to go on the power play. The puck taken away nicely by Adam Burke. Burke gets a pass from Kiprio. Save made by Richter. And the puck cleared out of the zone. Steve Conroy goes back for it.
It was Kovalov who had trouble going into the offensive zone. The Rangers were thinking the puck would be deep. They all went deep. Hartford turned it over, had the 2-on-1, and Mike Richter's been very sharp.
Patrick moving across, gloved by Sean Burke, and he plays it himself out of the zone and all the way down. 22 seconds to go in the power play.
Pardon me, Sam. The story on Kovalov is that he does not get nervous, does not feel pressure. Yet in watching him here early, he does look a little bit nervous.
You have to be when you hear the roar of that crowd when he came on the ice.
Yeah,
and the other players were introduced.
I don't think you've ever heard anything like that before.
Power play is about to end. Doug Huda returns. Teams at full strength. Rangers are offside coming across the line. 15:40 to go, first period. And the home opener, former New Jersey Devil Pat Verbeek. A lot of problems with the contract situation last year. It affected his play. He seems to be settled in and about to sign that big new contract.
Very happy with him right now. As you see, the team has given him the C to be the captain. And I guess he's been very good with the younger players.
Steal by Tony Amati. Amati moves in. Charlie Zalatsky still with him. Deflects the pass. Amati keeps it in the zone. Leaves it for Zalatsky. Whalers in their first 3 games have scored only 5 goals, 1 at even strength. That was by Mark Jansen. Murray Craven has 3 goals. So not getting much scoring early in the season. Whalers are 0-3. And the 2-line pass whistled against the Rangers. Stops play.
In watching this game, the Whalers have had the better of the play through the first 5 minutes.
This is one of the future stars for the Whalers. Their first-round draft pick this year, Robert Petrovitsky from Czechoslovakia. He will be 19 years old in 2 weeks.
Oh, he's really done well. See the number he's got, 39? That's in memory of his mother. He's a Czechoslovakian. His mother was killed in an automobile accident. She was 39 years of age. So when he came over here as an 18-year-old, he's made this team. It's unbelievable. He didn't have a contract or anything, and he came in to Hartford with as an 18-year-old, said, I'm going to make that team. And he made the team, put on sweater number 39 in remembrance of his mother.
Good speed. Young center iceman. They've got a lot of young center icemen. Jeff Sanderson is another one. Swedish. Here's a 2-on-1. Messier and Graves. Bang, feed to Gartner, shot it wide. Gartner came in as the trailer, but missed the net.
One thing that drives Mike crazy is the fact that when he misses the net on golden opportunities, he says, if I don't score, at least make the goaltender make the save. Well, he missed the net on that play.
Puck going all the way down. Patrick coming back forward, but Richter plays it up the boards. Taken by Tim Kerr. Kerr still with it, but it's knocked loose. Back pass comes to Randy Cunnyworth. Across to Huda. Wrist shot off the blocker of Richter. Bounces down and Graves moves it ahead to Gartner. Clears the zone. 6 minutes gone by in the first period. There's no score in the game. We talk about the young center iceman. I mentioned Petrovitsky and Sanderson. One man not playing is Michael Nylander, who they expect to make his NHL debut Wednesday night. Shot by John Cullen is kicked away. Cullen centers, deflected, and blocked. Cullen wraparound, saved by Richter. Another save. 3 saves by Richter. And a penalty upcoming on the Rangers. He stopped Cullen and Poulin. And finally a cross-checking call. And the Whalers will get a power play chance with 13:37 to go in the first period and no score. The net, but how about
this is that 2-on-1 that became a 3-on-1 when Gartner jumped in and he missed the outside of the net. Now 2 nights ago in New Jersey, you'll see Mike Gartner get a scoring chance here, and the Rangers did carry the play in certain portions of that game. Leach with the shot. Now the Rangers move ahead. Mike Gartner here tried to surprise Billington with a quick shot. Credit to goaltending too. The Rangers have run into hot goaltending in their first 2 games. Billington and Don Beaupre.
Joe Cirella called for the penalty. Cross-checking at 6:23. Whalers on their first power play of the game. And for the season, they are 4 for 23. They've scored a power play goal, at least 1 in each of their first 3 games. 4 of their 5 goals this season, as I mentioned, are on the power play.
Now, Craven with the 3 power play goals. Every one of his power play goals have been scored right in front of the other team's goal.
Hardy with Bukaboom, Turcotte, and Broughton for the Rangers penalty killing unit. The Whalers have Andrew Castles with Murray Craven and Pat Verbeek. John Cullen is on, and along with Eric Weinrich. Castles is playing the left point. Puck block kept in by Cullen. Pass across. Craven gets to it. Now Castles deep in the corner. Try to get it to Verbeek. Good play by Hardy, who stepped in and intercepted. Phil Bourque. Nemchinov back to Bourque. Just missed as Bourque was looking for Nemchinov on a deflection. Weinrich has it. Drives it off the boards. Wells tries to clear the zone. Comes loose. Tim Kerr sends it back to Adam Burke. The shot sticked aside by Richter. Around the boards, it's kept in by Charlie Zalatsky. Cleared out by Nemchinov. 25 seconds to go on the power play for the Whalers. 12 minutes to go, first period, no score. Jay Wells across. His shot tipped by Burton, goes up into the crowd. And play stops.
We saw Jay Wells come on the ice for the national anthem and the introductions and such, and he was the only player not wearing a helmet. So I kind of thought that maybe he was going to play the game without the helmet. Too. But he decided, he must have had it over by the bench and decided against it.
Well,
he signed a waiver.
He wanted to show the fans who he was, you know.
Maybe he had something added during the offseason or something up there. I don't know.
There's Jay.
I think it's Jay Wells and Joey Kosar who have signed waivers that if they feel like taking the helmet off, they will, but it certainly hasn't happened very much around the league to this point.
Jay Wells starting his 14th season in the NHL. Messier on penalty killing. So Roger Nielsen, who talked about maybe cutting down on some of the ice time, but here's Messier out penalty killing.
And Messier and Graves are the third set of the penalty killers, and there was only 15 seconds left for the draw, so they're not seeing a 1 minute portion during the actual penalty where they really have to work at a high level.
Kings are back at full strength. Jeff Sanderson moves in with the puck. Each team 0 for 1 on the power play. Petrovitsky was there, taken away. Taken back by Tim Kirk to the point man Conroy. Saved by Richter. The rebound trickles wide. Sanderson got a stick on it. Here's Petrovitsky. Gave it away to Wells. And it clears the zone.
It's 8 shots now by Hartford. The Rangers have had 2. And of the 8 shots, almost all of them have been quality scoring chances.
And the Rangers' 2 shots on goal were on the power play. They've not had a shot on goal at even strength. Puck all the way down. This will be an icing call, and play stops with 11:02 to go in the first period. No score. Al Troutwig standing by with John Ziegler. Al?
Okay, Sam, I'm with the president, former president of the National Hockey League, Mr. John Ziegler. John, an awful lot has happened to your sport since you left in the brief time that Gil Stein's been the president of this league. What do you think of the transformation of the rules and so forth as you look at the game tonight?
Well, I'm pleased with the rule changes. They've been in works for some time, and I'm glad that they were able to pass those. You know, the game has gotten great, and that's because of the players on the ice. And we can fool around with the rules all we want, but it depends on these great performers. And we've got some of the finest performers in the world now in the National Hockey League.
John, since your departure, there seems to have been such an aggressive approach to changing the game. Why do you think that took so long?
Well, I probably will doubt you on that. We were aggressive, and there's really not much difference. They're just some of the programs that we started 5-6 years ago are now coming to fruition. But as long as people think that it's for the better, that's what counts.
You didn't have to pay for these seats, did you?
No, sir.
Okay, thanks very much. That's John Ziegler, who's now a consultant to Mike Ilitch, the new owner of the Detroit Tigers. Sam and JD.
Thanks, Al. He didn't pay for the seats. Al got them for him.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
No score in the game. Jim McKenzie, number 33, is on, along with Nick Kiprios, number 20. Adam Burt, number 6, and number 4 is Eric Weinrich. Came over in the trade for Sean Burke. With Sean Burke in the trade for Bobby Holy. Pass in front off the skate of Sorella. Takes the puck and moves it up the board.
Whalers are flying here, going to the net very, very well. They have not allowed the Rangers to forecheck so far here in the first period. We're halfway through.
Petrovic centering, blocked in front by Amonte. Coming back. Here's a breakaway for Doug Waite going in all alone on Sean Burke. Waite fakes, shoots, scores!
Oh, baby.
Take the lead.
Waite needed that one. The Rangers needed that one. Hartford carrying the play and outshot the Rangers 8-2. The Whalers keep driving to the net. There's the smart heads-up play as the puck is moved up ice by Tony Amonte to Doug Waite. Watch this fine stick handling going wide on Sean Burke. Waite to the forehand. Made the play. Tony Amonte back-checking, made a great play to turn the puck up ice, and then Doug Waite took care of things. Center ice in, the breakaway, the Rangers lead 1-0 on home ice, and they needed something like this to jumpstart their hockey club.
Doug Waite, a very, very happy man as the Rangers get the lead. John Cullen comes back for Hartford and shoots wide. Played by Patrick Poulin. Now it's John Cullen. Poulin, number 24, centering. There's Cullen trying to tee up a shot. Lost control. Bouncing puck, Poulin gets the pass and shoots. Save made. The rebound, Andrew Castles, and another save by Richter. The rebound is in. The Whalers score, come right back and tie it on a terrific effort by Cullen, Castles, and Poulin.
Well, you have to say that. Hartford had given up a goal on one of the few scoring chances they'd given up, and you think that it might deflate them. Basically a young club. But they come right back, and they have worked the Rangers deep in their zone, and they have worked the front of the net. Now, Mike Richter talked after the Washington game about how his club gave very few second scoring chances, rebound chances and such. Well, in this first period, there's been flurries around Mike Richter's goal where the Whalers have had 2 and 3 shots in a row. And here the effort by the Whalers tie this thing up at 1.
I believe it was Poulin who got the goal. Patrick Poulin gets the goal, and his first NHL goal. He played 1 game of the regular season last season and then played in the playoffs, played 7 games and scored 2 goals in the playoffs. Here's Graves cutting in. It was tipped by Jeff Sanderson. Game tied 1-1. Gartner turns, feeds Messier. Messier controls it and lost the puck. And Doug Huda has it. There's a penalty coming up on the Whalers. We've got a holding call. 8:39 to go in the first period. 1-1 New York Rangers hockey. The first period scoring summary is brought to you by Amtrak's Metroliner service. 16 departures to downtown D.C. every business day. Doug Waite with his first of the year at 10:15 from Tony Amati. 27 seconds later, Whalers tied on the first NHL goal ever for Patrick Poulin. Actually, first regular season NHL goal for Patrick Poulin. He did score in the playoffs last season. Castles and Cullen assisting. Whalers and Rangers 12 shots apiece. Rangers 0 for 3 on the power play. Whalers 0 for 1. Shot leaders Mark Messier and Doug Waite 3 apiece for the Rangers. Whalers had 11 different players with shots on goal. John Cullen had 2 to lead.
It was by far Hartford's best period and best first period for sure of the season. They played very well. The Rangers picked it up a lot in the second half of the first period, started to carry the play.
Set to go, Turcotte, Broughton, and King, Wells and Sorella for the Rangers. Petrovitsky, number 39, with Murray Craven and Pat Verbeek. Jim Agnew and Eric Weinrich for the Hartford Whalers. Around the boards, Sorella takes a hit. Whalers come out, Petrovitsky with the puck. Just 18 years old. Verbeek, the shot saved by Richter. And cleared out of the zone. Verbeek with the puck. Pushes it ahead to Murray Craven. Weinrich going for it, but Sorella clears it out. Sent the other way by Agnew. Weinrich has it. Weinrich has taken over as the number 1 defenseman for these Hartford Whalers, getting a lot of ice time. Jay Wells with a puck. Off the boards and out, and Weinrich has it back. Steve Conroy going for it. Steve Conroy signed as a free agent by the Hartford Whalers in the offseason. Sorella to Graves, tips it to Broughton. Broughton shoots it into the Hartford zone and goes to the bench for a few. Conroy moves it up the boards to Randy Cunnyworth. Whalers made a lot of changes in the offseason. There's Tim Kerr. Lost the puck. Leach was wrapped up by Sanderson. Graves helps out. It's a 3-on-2 across the line. Dropped to Messier for a quick shot. Saved by Burke. Rebound goes wide. Messier finds the puck. Out to Leach. 1 times it. Saved by Burke. The rebound. Gartner scores! Fine effort and good shots on goal by the Rangers. Gartner gets to the rebound. The Rangers lead 2-1.
Mark Messier made a smart play going into the offensive zone by trailing, coming back in behind so he could take the drop pass and have the shot. Look at Messier trail, come in behind Graves. Now he's got open ice for the shot. From this point, it's Mike Gartner's work ethic. Man, does he go to work here and find a way to get the shot. Messier's got the puck. Gartner stays open behind the net. Still behind the net. Now he twirls out front. Look at this. He has to kick it up. He's got to find it. He's going down. He's still found a way to beat Sean Burke. And the Rangers lead for the first time.
Leach takes the puck and lifts it right into the Whalers zone. Backcourt is Doug Huda. Mike Gartner, for the second of the season, now has 540 lifetime tassels with a shot that goes wide, and he is one behind Stan Mikita for 10th all-time in goals scored in the NHL.
The last time the Rangers scored, Hartford scored right after it, just a few seconds later. So the Rangers right now want to try and make sure that they follow up their goal with a real strong shift.
Messier around the net, a save by Burke on the backhander. Thus far, it is a good shift. A good hit by Graves on Cullen allows the turnover. Hardy fell down taking the shot. Castle slides it out of the zone. The goal is Gartner from Leach and Messier at 1:36. Messier shoots, and it's deflected by Huda into the crowd. For Mark Messier, that's 4 assists on the season. For Brian Leach, it's 3 as they pick up where they left off last season. And for Mike Gartner, in his 14th season, he's on his way already.
I think that gives him, what, 540 goals?
Exactly right.
One behind Stan Mikita?
Yep.
As he just moves right along, huh?
Take a look.
Gartner stayed back behind the play, kind of out of sight, out of mind. Now all of a sudden he sneaks in behind everybody, has to find a way to get the puck to the stick blade, and just as he gets nailed by Sanderson, he got the job done. A marvelous play.
How about the shot by Leach? One-timed it, hard, low shot. Burke couldn't control. There's the rebound for Gartner.
Never forget playing in a slow pitch game with the Rangers in Hartford. Leach was at third base. I was at first. Leach grabbed the ball and threw it to first base. My hand stung for about 5, 6, 7 minutes. It was an absolute rocket. And when you realize the kind of strength that he has, even though he doesn't look like a big, powerful guy, he just knows how to get it done. And that was a low rocket. The goaltender had trouble.
Heck of a pitcher in high school,
Yes,
Brian Leach. Rangers leading 2-1. Patrick sends it the other way. Doug Wade across with Tony Amonte. The shot stopped by Burke. Weinrich plays the rebound. Side of the net. Burke holds it to the net.
The Rangers with much more zip, much more jump. Really starting to get their stride going here early in the second period.
Bob Schick talking things over with Sean Burke. Sean Burke spent 4 years with the New Jersey Devils. And of course, when he lost his #1 starting position to Chris Terreri, he wanted out. It took a long time happening. And finally, the trade was made in August. So Sean Burke and Eric Weinrich coming to the Whalers. Bobby Holy, third-year man, going to New Jersey, and are they happy with him? The way he's playing.
And so they should be. John Burke, remember, is only 25 years of age.
Jay Wells playing it wide of the net. Comes to Doug Waite. Centers, blocked in front by Weinrich. And the Whalers come out. Jim McKenzie, who says he wants to be a WWF champion when he finishes hockey.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't find me getting into the ring with the guy. He is one tough sucker.
Nick Kyprios working against Jay Wells. Kyprios came over from Washington in the deal which sent Mark Hunter to the Caps. Mark Janssens is tied up by Phil Bourque. Kyprios and Wells there. Here comes Janssens. Big line for Hartford, working hard along the boards. Janssens against Phil Bourque. Wells and Kyprios are there. Wells pins Kyprios. Janssens is there, and play stops. The puck is frozen. 60 from left to right on the Rangers bench. Adam Graves, Tony Amonte, and Doug Waite. What do single young hockey players do before the game? They hang around with Miss Universe.
Oh, talk about the beauty and the beasts. There's a classic example of it right there.
I am not going to say beasts, you call them? Michelle McLean, Miss Universe.
Well, that's a tough job.
Saying hello to the guys. Doug Waite and Mike Gartner, the goal scorers for the Rangers. Patrick Poulin for Hartford. Richter sticks aside that shot. Played around the boards to James Patrick. Off the skate of Zarley Zalapsky. Chris King sends it in. James Conroy. Off come the Whalers. Conroy hit hard by King. Whalers move across, and it's broken up by Hardy. Conroy and Broughton. Broughton gets loose, gets to the puck. Plays it down the boards for King. Being wrapped up by Conroy. Puck taken back by Petrovitsky. 3-on-2 Whalers. Craven turns and shoots. Stick save by Richter. He's run into and bowled over. The net is off the Magnets.
Oh boy, wild action. Rob Schick letting things go here, letting the action take control. 3-on-3 in the Rangers zone. Craven had the rocket of a shot, but it's the play in front. Richter stays in there, makes the save, and then gets drilled by his own man, Darren Turcotte, who was coming back and back-checking hard. Good efforts by everybody. Earlier, Broughton moved into the offensive zone, the Hartford zone, and he was checked almost from behind. And if it was last season, I'd lay 10-1 that he would have taken a dive. With the rule changes, he kept right on going. I shouldn't be saying betting odds, but anyway, you just know that last year he would have tried to take a dive on the play. This year he thought better of it.
Adam Burt over you down the boards to Tim Kerr. Now Jeff Sanderson knocked loose. Cunningworth fanned on the shot. Backhanded by Kerr. It's saved by Richter. And he's got it underneath him. Play stops with exactly 15 minutes remaining, second period. We have an update at the MSG Sports Desk. For that, let's go to Bob Page. Like Vartalnov can play, can he?
Boy, oh boy. Good player. Ray Bourque in the lineup. It was very questionable. We'll explain that in a minute.
Richter with a save on Adam Burt. The rebound scramble continues. It's still loose. Jeff Sanderson has it. His shot is a save by Richter. Cunningworth goes after it with Leach on him. Sanderson circling, but gave up the puck to Kovalov. Kovalov comes out with Kosar in the middle, and then Chinov crisscross. Kovalov lays it down into the corner. Kosar tied up by his friend and former teammate Doug Huda. His teammates in Detroit. That shot by Leach is gloved by Sean Burke, and he holds on.
Kovalov looks up, very upset. It was a 3-on-3 play, and he passed the puck in behind everybody to the corner of the rink. And I think Kovalov's getting a little frustrated with himself here. He sees and he's trying to do what he thinks he should do, but it's just not working. Now the last draw in the Rangers zone, the Whalers, Tim Kerr, how he didn't score here, I don't know. Must have been just a great save by Richter. Kerr went wide and around. I see what happened. Then Chinov let Kerr go originally, but he battled to get back with Tim Kerr, and Kerr never had a clean shot. Richter sparkling once again, playing well.
One of the good guys in hockey, Tim Kerr.
Whalers would love to get 30 goals from Kerr this season.
I got him to play, especially on the power play, but he has seen some even strength shifts tonight. Signed as a free agent. Shot by Gartner, deflected into the corner. Whalers made several changes in the offseason. We mentioned right at the top. Here's Weinrich moving in, shooting, saved by Richter. Boom plays the rebound, but the Rangers are going to be penalized for holding. Let's see who it's on.
I believe it's Brian Leach.
You're right.
As he heads off, holding the call. Certainly been more holding calls than there has been stick fouls in hockey these days. Play in the Rangers zone. Brian Leach has a hold of his man's stick way over the left side. The left hand is free. It's almost a habit that the players have. They've had it for years and years and years, and it certainly appears as though it's going to take quite some time to try and break that habit.
And we've talked about the zero tolerance as they look to open up the game and get more playing room for the skilled players. This is the second holding the stick call tonight. This one on Brian Leach at 5:51 gives the Whalers their second power play. They're 0 for 1.
I was mentioning about Ray Bourque. He was questionable for tonight's game with Ottawa in Boston. He is playing. He had a slightly scratched cornea from the last game with the Islanders. He went to the Massachusetts Eye and Ear Center and had the eye rinsed out, had to wear a patch for 24 hours. He did get 6 stitches above the eye, but thankfully everything's all right.
Andrew Castle's playing the point. John Cullen with a pass to Pat Verbeek in the slot. Craven. It was partially deflected by Adam Graves. Rangers have Graves and Messier, Patrick and Hardy on the ice. Castles with Weinrich, Craven, Verbeek, and Cullen for the Hartford power play.
You saw where Craven had that scoring chance from, or near chance. just in the slot above the goal crease. He has 3 power play goals, all from that spot.
Rangers lead 2-1. Graves taking the puck away, moving against Castles. Castles has it back. 13:35 remaining, second period. Second period goal by Mike Gartner, giving the Rangers the lead. Weinrich brings it across and sets up the power play. Now it's Castles. John Cullen along the boards. Verbeek set up down low. The pass blocked by Messier. Cullen has it again. Verbeek. Now Cullen. Back to Verbeek. Pass across. The shot saved by Richter.
Wow.
Beautiful setup for Eric Weinrich, and Richter with the glove deflected it up into the crowd.
You can come up with about 3 wows on that play. The play in the corner prior to the pass, then the pass across, the shot itself, and the save. Brilliant plays by some brilliant players, including Cullen right here with this pass. The shot by Weinrich because he doesn't stop the puck, and then the save by Richter. Not only the save, but the ability to get from the right goalpost to the left goalpost with one quick push and put himself into a position to make the save. Brilliant plays.
John Cullen, who had back surgery in the offseason, still not 100%. His scoring went down last season.
33 points it went down, but he's
From
a
110 to 77.
He's a good player, and you can see in this game he set up a lot of different plays. He'll get his share.
They need him to be the big scorer. Adam Burt, number 6, with the puck. 50 seconds to go in the Hartford power play. Sanderson sets up Zalapski. Save made by Richter. Good hit along the boards by Jeff Sanderson. Sanderson has played a good game. Here's Turcotte across the line against Zalapski. Stick save by Burt on a good shot by Darren Turcotte. 30 seconds to go in the Hartford power play. Adam Burt with the puck. Petrovitsky goes by him. Burt brings it up.
You said Sanderson's played well. He sat out a game already this season. I think that's enough to make the motor run a little bit faster when you get a chance to play.
Phil Bourque moving in. Caught up with Adam Burt. And Chinoff looking for the puck. So is Zalapski. So is Bourque. It's still alive. And Chinoff reaches in. It's up the boards. Final seconds of the Hartford power play as Petrovitsky moves across with it. Gave it up to Bourque. And gets it back. Teams are at full strength as Leach is back on. Petrovitsky was knocked down. Sanderson playing it ahead for Tim Kerr, who's deflected away. Leach trying to clear the zone. He's able to get it out.
That was a big hit by Jay Wells on Petrovitsky, knocking him over. You could see Phil Bourque being used in place of Jan Eriksson, who's not dressed to kill penalties.
11:40 remaining in the second period. Rangers leading 2-1. Whalers now 0 for 2 on the power play. He had 2 shots on goal on that last one. Here's Kovalov. It slid off his stick. Kovalov has it again. Kovalov moving. Goes down. A penalty call. And it's on the Whalers. Kovalov drew it. Holding is the call, and the Rangers get a power play chance.
Dang. Good hard hit by Jay Wells. Another play with a stick down. Kovalov, moments later, cuts inside on Steve Conroy. Conroy throwing Kovalov down. Kovalov put the puck between the feet and the stick of Conroy and then went around Conroy to try and retrieve the puck and did so to draw a penalty. A good play.
8:33 the time of the holding call on Steve Conroy. Rangers' 4th power play of the game. They're 0 for 3. 2 for 18 on the season. They've had 8 shots on goal in the 3 power plays in this game. Back to Turcotte. Turcotte and Leach at the points. Amonte with the puck. Amonte, Gartner, and Messier up front. That shot blocked in front. Amonte shoots, save made by Burke. A beauty. Comes back to Turcotte. Now Amonte along the boards. Amonte looking. Turcotte to Leach. Holding. Castles is there. Castles, Craven, Agnew, and Weinrich on for Hartford. Leach to Messier. Gartner battling Agnew down low. Leach has the puck again. Now Messier. Gartner is knocked down. The penalty's coming up on the Whalers. Amonte scores! It's a power play goal! And the Rangers will have another power play opportunity. The delayed penalty does not get waved off as it used to. That's a change in the penalties this year in the rules.
And it has to be one of the penalty killers that was on the ice to serve it, as Sean Burke Well, absolutely flattened Mike Gartner. Gartner was outside of the goal crease. And you see here, Amonte, I believe the puck was in midair when he batted it in. Amonte's had a very, very, very sharp game. Messier picks up the assist. Is the puck up in the air? I think so. Bang. One play. Amonte scores. The Rangers have the lead, 3-1. See, Gartner's well outside of the goal crease as Sean Burke knocks him over. It was a perfect screen set up by Mike Gartner that got the concentration away from Sean Burke. So the Rangers find themselves in good shape here as they get the goal and now have a fresh 2 minutes to work with as Sean Burke had taken the penalty.
Tony Amonte with a power play goal at 9:29. Jim Agnew will serve the penalty assist to Sean Burke. Messier and Leach get the assists. They each have 2 assists in the game.
The power plays, even if they haven't clicked, have turned the momentum around a lot in this game. Hartford's had 10 shots in this period, and we're not at the midway point, mostly on the power play. Then the Rangers get a power play, and all of a sudden they get offense going and look like they're going to continue with it.
Rangers now 1 for 4 on the power play. They're on their 5th. Burke for roughing at 9:29. Leach forced out by Cunnyworth. Verbeek gets to it. Tried to hop by Turcotte, but a great play by Turcotte to take it back. And now Cunnyworth able to take over and shoot it all the way down.
And behind the play, Verbeek just went back and gave Turcotte a shot. Now they're having words as Verbeek's upset with Darren Turcotte.
Kovalov with a nice feed to Turcotte, who shoots, saved by Burke. The rebound missed. Koser's got it. Koser, Kovalov, Nemchinov, Turcotte, and Leach for the Rangers power play. Their 5th of the game. Now Kovalov. Rangers have had 11 shots on goal on the power play, including the one by Turcotte moments ago. Set up to Turcotte again. He shoots high. Koser's got the puck behind the net. Looking. Feeding Kovalov. Back to Koser out of the corner. The backhander slid off his stick. It's loose in front. Verbeek trying to clear, and he does.
Joey Koser with a couple of very, very nice passes, accurate passes. You can see why Roger Nielsen uses him on the power play. He's got much better hands than he's given credit for.
James Patrick across. Conroy is there. Tipped the pass. Patrick stays with it. Conroy on him. Now it's Gartner moving against Huda. Back pass to Leach. Leach moving down. Pass across to Gartner. He shoots, and it's blocked by Nick Kyprios. Gartner hit by Huda. Messier against Conroy. 10 seconds left in the power play. Messier looking. Sets up Leach. Wide. Messier's got the puck. 5 seconds in the power play. Leach to Messier. Gartner battling Huda down low there. They've got the sticks up. What a battle. A shot missed. Rebound score! Tony Amonte does it again. And Burke's going to get a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Burke was all over Rob Schick, complaining about Mike Gartner out in front. It wasn't a power play goal, but Amonte scores to give the Rangers a 4-1 lead.
Tony Amonte, very, very smart, stays away from the congestion in front, and Mike Gartner deserves a lot of credit for standing in there and taking a beating from Huda. Amonte, the right-handed shot, stays away and just waits for the puck. But Mike Gartner, he drew the power play to set this whole play up. Now watch him plant himself outside the goal crease. Huda's got the stick up. Gartner's got the stick up, mostly in self-defense. And finally, Amonte just finds a loose puck, and boom. Boy, is this action. You see the shot? There's Amonte. Darts in with his great quickness, and it's 4-1 Rangers. And Burke, again, with another minor. The Rangers stay on the power play.
Wow. What a turn of events. Whalers complaining to Rob Schick about it. Tony Amonte with back-to-back goals. Great efforts by Mike Gartner in front. Amonte getting his 2nd and 3rd goals of the season, giving the Rangers a 4-1 lead.
The other night, flying back from Washington to Newark after the game, it was one rough flight. And Tony Amonte couldn't stand it. His stomach got so upset he got sick. But here in this game, man, he's making the Whalers sick. He has been he's been good defensively as well as offensively. 2 goals, a great assist to set up waiting for the breakaway. And Sean Burke, who's getting, actually, I guess, lack of concentration and too physical. I remember when Roger Nielsen came here, he tried to change John Van Biesbroek from being a goaltender who loved to push and shove and get involved and change him into a goalie that just worried about stopping the puck. And it's good advice.
Rangers have another power play, their 3rd in a row. They scored on the first one. The second one they scored just as the power play, the second goal by Amonte scored just after the power play expired. And they're on the power play again. Unsportsmanlike conduct to Sean Burke. That shot stopped by Burke. Rebound hit the post. They dig for the rebound. It goes in. The light is on.
And Joey Koser's had enough.
Oh, man.
And Koser's the guy that parked himself in front here. Castles was there. And then he squares off with one of the defensemen. A goal was scored. The light was on. Whether there was a whistle or not, I don't know. And it might have been Kovalov who scored. But Koser, I think, waited until the puck was over the line before he got involved with the defenseman.
Jim
Agnew. 2 of the big boys squaring off. The Rangers are rolling here. The power play has really turned this game around. In front of the net is where Koser is, along with Nemchinov. Here comes Kovalov. I think he'll find the loose puck and then jam it in. Now, you see Agnew run at Koser, or pardon me, at Kovalov, and that's why Koser came over. Now, people will say Kovalov was in the crease. He was, because the puck was already in the crease. You'll see here, this is the second time this game that Agnew has run at Kovalov, and both times Koser has reacted.
And this is supposed to be a new penalty also, John. Checking a man into the goal.
The goal crease, or the goal itself.
Right.
There you see the Whalers pushing at Kovalov, and Koser reacted. But it looks like the Whalers now will have a power play as Koser will get a 2-minute minor. Goalpost was hit. The Rangers continue to battle, in particular Nemchinov, and then Kovalov, I think, bats the puck over the goal line. That puck would have been frozen had it not been for Nemchinov's hard work to jam it loose.
Whoa, now will Koser... Koser gets 4 minutes for roughing. Agnew gets 2. The Whalers will wind up on the power play. The Rangers score another power play goal and lead 5-1. First NHL goal for Alexei Kovalov, and the fans roar. They're on their feet cheering the #1 draft pick of last season.
I'm wondering if Hartford is not trying to tell Rob Schick that the puck was out of view. It was covered by the leg of Sean Burke before Nemchinov made the play to jam it loose. But I know this much, Rob Schick was right behind the goal in perfect position.
The Rangers have broken this game open here with 4 unanswered goals in the second period. Gartner at 1:36, Amonte at 9:29, Amonte again at 11:33, and now Kovalov from Nemchinov and Koser at 12:09. Amonte's second goal was from Gartner and Leach, so Leach has 3 assists in the game. Gartner with a goal and an assist. Kovalov, his first NHL goal from Nemchinov and Koser at 12:09. Koser at 12:09 gets 4 minutes for roughing, and Agnew gets 2 minutes for roughing. Power play for Hartford, their 3rd of the game. Rangers are 2 for 6 on the power play.
Rangers have had the last 7 shots on goal, all a result of power plays for the Rangers. And say what to the sophomore jinx as far as Amonte goes?
Oh, baby.
Say what?
Good start for Tony Amonte with his 3rd. Craven with Cullen and Verbeek, Weinrich, and Castles for the power play. John Cullen. Castles to Cullen. Cullen down low to Craven, looking. Pass tipped by Bukaboom. Deflects on goal, and Richter covers up.
Rangers did a nice job. Verbeek was on the near side waiting for a pass. And the Rangers did a nice job, Bukaboom in particular, not to allow the pass across to the goal scorer, Pat Verbeek.
Now we're at 12:47. Since the 8:33 mark, it's been all special teams play.
Absolutely. That has changed the momentum in this game about 3 times, and the Rangers have been the big winners, especially over the last few minutes, getting the 3 goals, the 7 shots. and now having the 4-1 lead. They have just blown it open. But again, with special teams such a part of the game, 5-1 leads aren't very safe. Well, they're safe, but not real safe. Not like they used to be in this game.
Bookeboom driving it around the boards and all the way down. Burke leaves it for Weinrich. Graves and Messier are on with Bookeboom and Hardy for the Rangers. Eric Weinrich carrying. 5-1. Rangers lead it. 6:55 remaining. Graves broke it up in center ice. We're in the second period. Cullen. Pass across to Verbeek. Knocked away by Hardy. Verbeek looking for it. Hardy with an aggressive effort along the boards. Cullen with a back pass to Weinrich. Quickly across to Zalapsky. Now Murray Craven. Graves is there. Rangers setting up the box defense. Zalapsky moving it to Weinrich. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Forced out by Messier.
Verbeek was in front of Richter. Richter didn't take a stick and try and move him aside. Try and bang him away. Much different than what Sean Burke was doing.
Open man Petrovitsky. The shot tipped by Bookeboom. Zalapsky has it. 15 seconds left in the Hartford power play. Cullen fanned on a pass. Hardy clears. Excellent penalty killing by the Rangers. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Power play is over. Amonte comes out of the penalty box. He was serving the extra 2 to Koser. Teams are at full strength, and the Whalers are 0 for 3 on the power play in the game. Across the line, Andrew Castles. Try to get it to Kerr. Backhander is a save. Pretty setup. Behind the back pass from Castles. And a one-time backhand shot by Tim Kerr. Richter with a save. 5:38 to go, second period.
Day for Rangers number 27, Alexei Kovalov. Now the Rangers will take this puck, which has Gil Stein's signature on it, by the way, with John Ziegler in attendance, and they'll mount it on a plaque. One wonders, as you watch his career begin tonight, how many other trophies and plaques this one will go side by side with in his home. Back to you, Sam and JD.
Now, I've known
subtle.
Al to put things in his pocket and put them in his trophy case. Better watch out with that one. Tony Amonte across on a 3-on-2. The pass tipped. Amonte is hit behind the net. The back pass kept in by Wells. Now Sorella with a wrist shot. It hit Phil Bourque. Knocked aside to Randy Cunneyworth. Clears the zone. Tim Kerr plays it into the Rangers' end. Rangers are out shooting the Whalers 26-23 and leading 5-1.
Rangers have had 8 of the last 9 shots on goal here in the second period.
Sean Burke has already seen a lot of pucks early in this season. This is his 3rd game, and he faced over 40 in the first 2. On the boards, Tim Kerr looking for it, plays it in the corner. Sorella's there, rolls around, Waite going back for it. Kerr, Mark Janssens. This is the big line size-wise for the Whalers. Janssens with a backhander is a save. The rebound still loose, and Amonte lifting it clear down the ice.
It's one of those plays as a goaltender, you feel lucky. Richter's stick was extended, and the shot by Janssens beat the stick and accidentally almost hit one of the feet of Mike Richter. You feel fortunate when you make that type of save.
Janssen for McKenzie, and it comes on goal, and Richter stops it and covers up. 4:06 to go, second period. Rangers with 4 goals here in the second and lead it 5-1.
Sam, I'm with assistant coach Colin Campbell. Just a quick thought, Colin, as it looks as though you guys are going to wind up with a 2-minute power play to begin this 3rd period. How did the game change? What was really the incident that turned the game from a game in which the Rangers were controlling it to an ugly ending to the second period?
Well, I think the power plays and the aggressiveness they were showing in front of their net upset our players. Plus, our power plays clicking tonight.
You, Roger, and Dan happy with the way the team is playing in this home opener?
Very happy, very happy.
All right, Colin, thanks very much. All right, Sam, as you can hear in the background, they're announcing the penalties to the crowd, as I think is going to pan out. It's going to be 47 minutes to each team. One of them a game misconduct to Agnew of the Whalers, and then Hood is going to get an extra 2 minutes for slashing. Should be a Rangers power play to begin this 3rd period, or actually what's left of the second. Back to you.
You're exactly right, Al. 27 is posted on the Hartford side of the scoreboard. Doug Huda, 2 minutes. So the Rangers, with 32.4 seconds remaining in the second period with a 5-1 lead, will have their 8th power play of the game. They are 2 for 7. And as soon as statistician Scott Cooper gets his pens ready and finishes up all these penalties, we'll run them down for you. Rangers on the power play.
I certainly agree with Al Trautwig with his question to John Cullen. That brawl, it wasn't pretty, but it certainly could have been a lot worse. And it seemed as though it was emotional, but didn't quite explode. And that's the good part of the whole thing.
With Brian Leetch in the penalty box, Joe Sorella is playing 1 point. It's Sorella and Turcotte, Messier, Gartner, and Amonte. That's the end of the second period. They will switch sides and start the third period. We'll have a face-off with the Rangers still on the power play. Mike Richter and Sean Burke got 2 minutes each for leaving the crease. Joey Kocur, 5 for fighting. Brian Leetch got a misconduct. James Patrick a misconduct. Sergei Nemchinov and Doug Waite misconducts. For Hartford, Jim Agnew got 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. Nick Kyprios a misconduct. Huda misconduct and slashing. We'll get back to them in a moment. We'll take a look at the second period scoring summary, brought to you by your New York, New Jersey GMC truck dealers. All Rangers. Gartner at 1:36 from Leetch and Messier. Amonte a power play goal at 9:29 from Messier and Leetch. Just after a Rangers power play expired, Amonte again from Gartner and Leetch, and then Kovalov on a power play from Nemchinov and Kocur. Shots on goal, Hartford 16, Rangers 15. Rangers 28 and the Whalers 27. Now back to the penalties, if I might, John. Misconducts to Janssens, Kyprios, Huda, Conroy, Burke and Richter 2 minutes each for leaving the crease, and the extra 2 was Doug Huda for slashing, giving the Rangers the power play they're on right now. 5-on-4 advantage. Messier with Phil Bourque now at the left point. Phil Bourque, who has played defense in the past, playing the left point. Messier, Amonte, and Gartner. Bourque and Turcotte. Verbeek with Cunneyworth, Craven, and Weinrich. So the Whalers have 3 forwards out there. Craven is actually back playing defense with all the players in the penalty boxes. Gartner. Back passes to Phil Bourque. Darren Turcotte picked up by Cunneyworth. Now Bourque to Messier. Pass tipped by Cunneyworth. Bourque gets it to Turcotte. 38 seconds to go on the power play. Bourque has it again. Gartner battling Weinrich down low. Now Weinrich picks up Messier. Bourque shoots, saved by Burke. And play stops. Cunneyworth and Amonte were entangled momentarily.
And Sean Burke's buddy, Mike Gartner, was right in front, screening the Whaler goalkeeper. The goaltender made a good save with Mike Gartner standing in front. Good low point shot. You see Mike Gartner twist and turn, but continues to stay above the goal crease. Above the goal crease. That's the key here. Very evident. Great screen and a terrific save as Sean Burke hangs on. Sam, the Rangers are playing aggressive. They're reacting, as Colin Campbell said, to the aggressive play that their forwards have faced in front of Sean Burke. I remember, and I thought about this a lot this summer, never will I apologize for the Rangers playing aggressive and showing that they do have an aggressive, tough team if necessary, because too many years was I on the ice with the Rangers when we went into Philadelphia and got slaughtered. We went into other buildings. In fact, sometimes in this building right here, pushed around by not having enough toughness. Rangers don't look for it, but they'll answer anybody else's toughness.
Kovalov on now. Paul Broughton playing power play. He did it.
Chris King, too.
And the puck cleared out. 12 seconds remaining in the power play. Jeff Sanderson got to the puck before Mark Hardy. Now Sorella has it back. We're in the third period. Rangers leading 5-1, and their power play is over. They're 2 for 8 on the power play. They had 1 shot on goal during that man advantage. Teams are at full strength on the ice. Several players still off the ice. Tim Kerr was tied up by Hardy and missed the puck. Out comes Chris King with Kovalov. King dropped to Kovalov. He shoots. No, a pass that was deflected by King just wide. Pretty pass by Kovalov. He's got it again. This time a shot goes wide and a penalty call.
Kovalov. Kovalov had a hold of the Whalers' stick as he cut in front. What a pass to Chris King as Kovalov had everybody thinking shot. A beautiful pass for the redirection. Kovalov kept moving and retained the puck but took the penalty. Watch here. Beautiful pass, redirection. King almost scores. Now Kovalov keeps right on motoring, but look at his left hand. He's got Craven's stick, and there ain't no doubt about that one.
Kovalov for holding the stick.
King gives Kovalov the target. Kovalov hit the target. Now watch the legs. He keeps the legs going. He can turn sharply, but he does take the penalty.
See Rob Schick make that move to get a better view of it, and wow. When does the bus get there? Kovalov holding the stick at 1:51. Whalers go on their 4th power play. Rangers and New Jersey Devils Wednesday night right here on MSG Network. It begins with Sports Desk at 7 o'clock, followed by Rangers game night, and the Rangers and the Devils after a good game Saturday night at the Meadowlands. Devils winning 4-2.
Greg Billington had a great night at the office, didn't he?
He was terrific. He's never lost to the Rangers. 3-0. Broughton with the puck after the intercept, and he clears all the way down. Whalers are 0 for 3 on the power play and have had 4 shots on the power play in the game. 2 minutes, 20 seconds gone by in the 3rd period. Rangers leading 5-1. Cullen with a bad pass goes out of the zone. Zalapsky falls down. Broughton moving in. Castles covers up. The shot partially deflected. And Zalapsky sends it back to Castles. Now has it again. Messier forechecking. Zalapsky, he's fallen down a couple of times in this game. Craven, Cullen, Verbeek, Castles, and Zalapsky for the Hartford power play. Castles lead to Cullen. Lost it. Phil Bourque has it. And Bourque kills some time.
Bourque has played a good role, a strong role in this game. He's killed penalties. He's played left wing. He's played the point when necessary here to start the 3rd period. It shows you what he can do when it's necessary.
Patrick Poulin, who led the Quebec Junior Hockey League last season in scoring, is on the ice. Shot by Sanderson is a save by Richter. Hard shot by Jeff Sanderson. Sorella with a hit on Sanderson. Hardy moves the puck around the boards. Eric Weinrich is there. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Robert Petrovitsky working against Hardy. Hardy takes it away. Then he's blocked by Kerr. Petrovitsky couldn't get out in front. Sorella moving it aside. Sanderson back to Poulin. Can't control and lost it. Bourque sends it down. Sean Burke comes out to take it. Final seconds of the Hartford power play.
Is that interesting to see Poulin back on the point? A young player like that playing the point on the power play. But the bench, there's just not enough players there. They have to. Paul Holmgren has no choice.
Oh, glove save by Richter as he robbed Tim Kerr. Pretty save. And play stops. 16:01 to go in the 3rd. Rangers 5, Whalers 1. Please know when to save when. A reminder from Budweiser.
You talked about Zalapsky losing his footing. He has now left the ice surface, headed to the locker room, probably to have a skate repaired. And here we are at even strength. The Whalers have to play Murray Craven back at the point. You can bet, I'm sorry, Sam. You can bet the Rangers have noticed that. They're going to try to do everything to exploit that side of the ice.
McKenzie digging for the puck. It's worked free. Kovalov has it. Pushes it ahead. And it's out of the zone. Craven going across to Weinrich. Cunningworth sends it in. Cunningworth, McKenzie, and Cullen for Hartford. Bukaboom takes a hit from McKenzie. McKenzie scores! What a play! Cullen setting up Big Jim McKenzie, who puts it in. McKenzie with a good shift.
Oh, boy. The puck went behind the net to Richter. It was rolling like crazy. Richter tried to knock it off the backboards to get the puck to sit down for his teammates. Watch the puck move in here. Now Richter will bang it back off the backboards. There, to try and get it to settle down. He looks, and then there's the collision, and Bukaboom didn't get enough on the puck to put it around the boards. It was intercepted, back in front, and bang. Hartford gets their 2nd goal. There's the play moving around. Big McKenzie in front finds the hole through the legs as Bukaboom couldn't get back in front to grab the opposition player.
Good hit and a perfect setup by McKenzie in front.
Absolutely. Real nice play.
McKenzie from Cullen at 4:28. And it's a 5-2 Rangers lead. Whalers send it in. Whalers are out shooting the Rangers 31-29, but the Rangers lead 5-2. Adam Burt moving it down the boards for Jeff Sanderson. Messier's on him. And the Rangers take it back. Phil Bourque has it. Messier for Bourque. Cutting down the middle is Gartner. He's onside. He gains control. He shot it wide. Bourque hit by Burke. Adam Burt. Sanderson. Gartner looking for the puck. It comes loose to Messier. Back to Gartner. Now to Sorella. Backhander is blocked by Weinrich. Out comes Pat Verbeek. Kerr for Weinrich, and it's intercepted by Phil Bourque. Taken away by Verbeek. Trying to set up Kerr. Gartner's got it. Out for Messier. Messier trying to get by Weinrich, who wrapped him up. Messier went down. Fans wanted a call. Play continues. Castles. Patrick Poulin across for Robert Petrovitsky. And they have a young man waiting in the wings, Mikhail Nylander. This is Poulin. Pass comes all the way through. So the Whalers with some good young talent. Honeyworth was tied up. Now the battle in the corner. Petrovitsky centers, blocked by Bukaboom. He's without a stick. Rangers trying to move it out of the zone. Put in front. Richter covers up. It needs a stop and play. 13:47 to go in the third. Rangers leading 5-2. We have an update at the MSG Sports Desk. Let's go to Bob Page. Thanks, Bob. Rosie Ruzichko, who had 39 last season with a hat trick tonight.
Again, take a look at the last goal, the Hartford goal. The puck's rolling, and you see how Richter tried to knock it down. Did a good job of it, but it's that hit, like you said, Sam. And then McKenzie went right to the front of the net and made the nice play. He had knocked Bukaboom off balance. I was quite interested in watching Richter make the play, though. The puck was rolling, and if he would have left it rolling, the defenseman would have a hard time with it. So he banked it off the back boards to talk the puck into settling right down like a pancake. Good play.
Penalty minutes in the game, unofficially 142, with all the misconducts that were handed out for the fracas late in the second period. Cullen off the skate of Turcotte comes to Burt. His shot deflects wide. Cullen after the puck again. Turcotte trying to stay with him. Now Chris King races down. Adam Burt with him. King gets a shot off that's wide. Craven's got it. Stopped by Sorella. Sean Burke moving it up the boards. King with a hit on Murray Craven. Turcotte with a shot, saved by Burke. Craven. King trying to take it away, and he does. Turcotte trying to work his way loose. King's got the puck. Adam Burt stays with him. Turcotte back to Wells. Wells with a shot wide off the boards. Broughton trying to get a shot off. Burke comes out to cover up. 13:02 to go. Third period. Whalers have the only goal here in the third, but the Rangers have a 5-2 lead. Because of injury, Cam Neely, who is rehabbing, hopes to be back in November. Brent Sutter is out with a broken foot. Wayne Gretzky, we can only hope he'll be back sometime this season. Pelle Eklund, Dmitry Kristich. Add to that Randy Burridge, who's out for the Washington Capitals as well. A lot of big names. And Michael Pivonka out tonight, John?
I understand. He was not scheduled to play against the Devils. Nice to see that Cam Neely's getting closer to coming back. He did a lot of work on something called a slide board. Eric Hayden, I think, invented that thing. A smooth board where he can stand on the board in his stocking feet and slide back and forth and let the thighs build up to support the knees. Looked at Tim Kerr there for a second. He had 4 shots on goal through 2 periods and has had at least one beauty here in the third that Mike Richter made a fabulous catching glove save on.
Whalers were offside coming across. Roger Nielsen looks on. 12:43 to go here in the third.
Roger Nielsen expected a tough game physically with the Whalers. Did not dress Ty Domi, but did expect and prepared his team to have a very physical game. Brian Burke understands that this team isn't very talented just yet, but he's giving young players a chance to play with Hartford, and he says he will not be pushed around like the team was last year, in particular on home ice.
That's right. They only won 13 games at home ice all last season. That's unbelievable.
Now this year with Quebec, I think Hartford's made the playoffs 7 straight years.
7 straight years.
It's going to be tough this year with Quebec, a much better team.
Well, the last 6 seasons, they've not gotten past the first round. Burke got a piece of that shot by Adam Graves. But the one thing that Brian Burke was committed to was bringing in more size, to being a more physical team, and we're seeing that early in the season. But they have these young, talented players.
That's right. I was just going to say that. I'm trying to make the team much younger, and he's pulled off 2 of them so far. It's going to take some patience, however, before this team is a real contender.
They'll need some size around centermen like Sanderson, Petrovitsky, and Nylander. Those are all fairly small center icemen. Here's a setup for Poulin, but it was off his stick.
You're right. Sanderson has played hard in this game, and he has a terrific shot. He's been robbed twice.
Messier
with great shots.
Moving across. Poke checked away from him by Cunnyworth. Messier retrieves it in center ice. 11:20 to go in the third. Rangers leading 5-2. Phil Bourque got loose, gets to the puck. Gartner heading for the net. Bourque tried to pass and was blocked.
What a hit. You see Bourque went around Craven, but his defense partner, Burt, moved across and made some play.
Bourque is open again. Bourque to the net. Saved by Burke. Rebound is loose. Burt has it. Adam Burt, but a penalty is called. Phil Bourque.
Oh, yeah. Great shift, wasn't it? Craven moved across. When Bourque cut to the net, he chopped down with his stick, and Craven goes for slashing. Phil Bourque with a couple of great chances. He got nailed. I don't think he was expecting the original hit. He goes around Craven, the defenseman. Now you'll see Burt move across. Boom. Now that's hockey. Moments later, he moved right across onside the blue line. And now watch 32 Craven come down with a stick. Wow. Sean Burke with a good save. Craven in the penalty box. And Phil Bourque made it all happen.
Good save by Sean Burke. Good effort by Phil Bourque.
It's been some wild game, hasn't it, early in the season?
And the check of the hand after that slash by Murray Craven.
Yeah.
Craven for slashing at 9:02. Rangers' 9th power play of the game. They're 2 for 8 with 15 shots on goal. 15 of their 32 for the game come on the power play. Puck knocked away from Turcotte. Castles try to move down, but Turcotte knocked it loose. Verbeek's got it. Verbeek against Hardy. Centers. Shot wide. Tipped by Weinrich heading for the net. Nice setup from Verbeek to Weinrich. Turcotte with Hardy, Messier, Amante, and Gartner. And if you're joining us late, here's Turcotte shooting, and it's blocked by Weinrich and saying, where's Brian Leach? He's in the penalty box with a misconduct, as is James Patrick.
There's been some hitting. Darren Turcotte just got nailed.
Messier across the line. Amante heads for the net. The shot blocked. Hook checked away nicely by Sean Burke. Gartner looking for the puck. Whalers able to clear the zone. Pushed ahead to Zalapski. Zalapski against Hardy. Into the corner, Jeff Sanderson with Turcotte on him.
The Whalers have lost another defenseman. Burt is on the bench. He got hit with a puck, and he is having all kinds of trouble over there. Now we have an offside or 2-line pass to stop play. Man, it's just been a war out there. Burt got hit with a puck when he was backing up over his own blue line, and he is having problems at the bench, as you can see.
Whalers have lost Jim Agnew, who's given game misconduct after fighting major as well. Doug Huda's off for slashing and a misconduct. So they're without, and Steve Conroy with a misconduct. They're without 3 of their defensemen.
I don't know if you heard the cheers a moment ago. This is that shot by Turcotte. It comes right up and hits Burt. But you could hear the cheering a moment ago. That's because players like Patrick and Leach have stepped out of the penalty box, and they're ready to go. And the fans would love to see them start to work here on the power play.
9:50 to go in the third. Leach knocks the clearing attempt down. Zalapski's got the puck. Nemchinov all over him. Moved up the boards by Zalapski. Koser is back on the ice. Kept in by Patrick. Taken out by Nick Kyprios. Kyprios pulled down by Kovalov. Holding is the call. And that ends the power play. Kovalov takes his second minor of the game. 9:30.
We now move ahead in the action.
The Whalers get the instigator. Castles gets the instigator and a game misconduct. Now, here's how it all began.
Craven up the middle. Cullen has the puck. Graves tried to throw a body check. The arm came up, but he missed him. I mean, that's his job. He came out of the penalty box. He tried to throw a hit. Petrovitsky went down. But, I mean, that's Graves' job. And Cullen, I'm telling you, he's had back surgery. He's trying to play, and he's trying to play hard. And he was hit in Boston already this season and rattled, and he's playing sore. Now, when these types of things happen, like when Leach gets run at or Messier gets run at, the Rangers protect their players. Well, that's what Hartford was doing, and that's why Castles gets the additional minor.
Graves doesn't have to leave for the night. He still has 56 seconds of playing time remaining to him. He gets 5 minutes for fighting. Castles, 2 minutes instigator, 5 for fighting, and a game misconduct. So the Rangers are on a power play again. It is their 10th of the game. They're 2 for 9. Sorella winds up and fires in. 5-2 Rangers leading at 5:40 to go in the third period. Leach shot saved by Burke. He's got it in the glove. Drops it off for Doug Huda. Up the boards. Leach stops it. Plays it across to Kovalov. Leach and Sorella. Kovalov, Nemchinov, and Koser. Koser set up in the slot. Leach back to Sorella for the long shot. Save Burke. Rebound played by Huda into the corner. Huda with Burt, Kyprios, and Janssens. Now Janssens goes to the bench. And actually the Whalers changed the entire unit. Lead for Koser. Quick shot is wide. And all the way out. The beat lost it to Kovalov.
These two teams will have some time to cool off. They don't meet each other again until the 19th of December in Hartford.
Kovalov carrying the puck. Lost it. Verbeek bangs it off the boards. Leach going for it.
Kovalov does not want to release the puck unless he finds someone to pass it to. Sometimes as a player in this game in the National Hockey League, you have to dump the puck and try and time so your teammate can go find it off the boards and such. So far, he just doesn't want to do it.
Give away to Conroy. Cunningworth's shot is a stick save by Richter. 38 shots on goal for the Whalers in the game. Richter with 36 saves. Rangers power play ineffective thus far. 25 seconds to go on a man advantage. Weinrich sliding it down to the Rangers zone. Richter out the plate. Has trouble with it. Moves it past Poulin. James Patrick. Across for Amonte. Whistle stops play. Let's see.
Too many men on the ice, I think. Cunningworth may have been held up at the Rangers bench or got tied up with someone, or at least was over there. And now the Whalers had too many men on the ice. They were shorthanded and still ended up with 6 players out there. So now they'll be shorthanded 2 men for 14 seconds as Cunningworth goes off.
Cunningworth.
That is, unless Rob Schick saw something that I didn't.
Well, Cunningworth is in the penalty box. Bench minor. And the bench minor to the Rangers as well.
Something happened at the Rangers bench for Cunningworth to be there. So both teams get minors.
15:50 the time of the bench minors.
This has to be the most penalty minutes in one game so far this season. I would think
by a long shot.
By quite a margin, yeah.
We are over 150 total. 15:50 the time of the bench minors.
Maybe the most ice time that Jay Wells has seen in the game as a Ranger. He has played a lot and played well.
Devils winning on home ice tonight. 4-2 over Washington. Will be here Wednesday night to play the Rangers.
That puts the Devils in first place, right? Ahead of Philadelphia.
3-1 is the record. All 3 wins on home ice.
Philadelphia 2-0-1 and play tomorrow night in Quebec City. Fasten your seatbelts again.
Will be there.
Maybe the penalty minutes will be a little more than this one here. You never know.
They won't keep him out of the lineup. Tony Amonte has a couple of goals in this game. 3:41 remaining in the third.
I wonder what Hextall, the goaltender, is going to. His name will be in the penalty minutes. I have the feeling.
I have to tell you, though, I have to compliment Ron Hextall for his attitude, the way he's approached it, the way he's approached living in Quebec. He's openly said, I can't understand why it's gotten a bad reputation. It's a great city. He loves it here. He says his children will be bilingual. He says he'll know more than a few words of French pretty soon.
For the French people up in Quebec City, if you make an attempt to to learn their culture and their language, they'll adopt you very nicely. If you go up there and don't make any attempt whatsoever, you will not be welcome. But it'll just be interesting to see if Hextall can keep his temper in check in that type of game.
At the point, Huda, the wrist shot blocked by Chris King. Teams are at full strength. Rangers are 2 for 10 on the power play in the game. Tim Kerr moving down. Now it's Murray Craven with a shot saved by Richter. 39 shots on goal for the Whalers in the game. They're out shooting the Rangers 39-33. Long shot by King off the blocker of Sean Burke up into the crowd, and play stopped. Rangers leading 5-2. With 3:07 remaining. The only other game tonight, Boston beat Ottawa 6-3. You know, we were talking about Quebec, and Brian Burke, the general manager of the Hartford Whalers, said it was a black day for the Hartford Whalers when Quebec made that deal with Philadelphia for Eric Lindros, because Quebec no longer is the weak team in that division.
How about Joe Sakic? 4 goals he's got already this season, and he scored 11 in preseason. That's 15. Even though the first 11 don't count, it still tells you what kind of a season that he may have for the first time getting support on that club. He may explode and get, I mean, who knows how many goals.
A lot of talent on that team. Here's Tony Amonte moving down. Checked by Zalapsky. Burke covers up. 2:46 remaining in the third period. Tony Amonte with 2 goals in this game, 1 on the power play. He has 3 for the season. And right now it's time for the MCS Cannon Great Teamwork play tonight. How about Tony Amonte's second goal, John? What do you think?
Oh, one of many, and a portion of the game that's been a wonderful game for Tony Amonte. He's been sharp offensively and defensively. Darts in, slaps the puck past Sean Burke. Tony Amonte's been very strong in this game.
The MCS Cannon Great Teamwork play tonight. 2.5 minutes to go.
We got penalties coming up to Wells and Verbeek. I believe maybe Waite and Verbeek. Pardon me. Yeah. 2 of them are back behind the play. Cross-checking to Verbeek, slashing to Doug Waite. It's just interesting to see how this whole game, the Whalers started strongly and really were the quicker of the 2 teams. The Rangers got it going a little bit on the power plays, and during the second period, the Rangers power play started to go. The Whalers really started to try and take care of the front of their net and got far too carried away taking penalties, and then the tempers just exploded.
The roar in the crowd was when this man's face was put up on the Garden Vision board. Ty Domi. He moves
Cameo.
back. He wants to play.
Oh yeah, he certainly does.
He wants to play.
And with this type of a game that we've seen here, where there's going to be some bruises and bumps and swelling, the depth of the Rangers may show when the Devils come skating in here on Wednesday night. I look to that game to be a great game, as we should see a real speed game with 2 very quick and skilled teams.
Verbeek for cross-checking, Waite for slashing at 17:32. And the penalty minute totals unofficially 180. As statistician Scott Cooper makes his debut here in the booth, he has run out of ink. He's run out of paper. He's writing on the desk, keeping the penalties. Feed for Phil Bourque. Backhander stopped by Sean Burke. Skating 4-on-4 for the first time tonight. And Chinov to Leach. He's open. He moves in. Leach scores! Well, we talk about 4-on-4 and the skilled players, and Leach loved the open ice.
Just look at how he got the puck. Phil Bourque and Sergei Nemchinov made the play on the far board. And you're going to see just a wonderful pass here by Nemchinov. 2 men, 3 men he had to get the puck past, and all of a sudden it's a 2-on-1, Leach and Bourque. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful pass by Nemchinov to set the play up. Count the dark jerseys. Man, he had 3 dark jerseys coming at him and somehow found a wide open Brian Leach And he just went in and made the play. 6-2 Rangers, 1:45 remaining.
Quite a night for Brian Leach. A goal and 3 assists.
And missed 10 minutes.
Leach from Nemchinov at 18:15. The Rangers leading 6-2. Tony Amonte with 2 goals and an assist in the game. Gartner speeding through, trying to get a shot off that hit the side of the net. Mike Gartner has a goal for the Rangers. Alexei Kovalov with his first NHL goal. Doug Waite has a goal. Poulin and McKenzie for Hartford. Petrovitsky, pass blocked by Hardy, who fires it down the ice. This will be an icing on the Rangers. John Burke watches it roll around, and play stopped with 59.3 seconds remaining in the game. Well, a wild game, which for a while degenerated with late in the second period. Big fracas. I don't want to call it a brawl because, you know, not that many punches were thrown. Yeah.
Close to exploding. Everybody will blame Roger for it anyway.
This will be, this will be 4 straight losses for the Whalers to start the season. Tough beginning for Paul Holmgren.
6-2 game, but I think Hartford's seen more pluses for their team in this game. 1, they battled. 2, they had a terrific first period.
Wells missed the net with that shot. It's knocked away from Nemchinov to Kyprios. Now Adam Burke. Kyprios again. Wells picks him up. Sorella goes for the puck. And Wells has it. With the time remaining in the game. Pass intended for Doug Waite, who's out of the penalty box along with Verbeek. They're tangled up once again. And a whistle stops play. And we've got a cross-checking penalty. Chris King is separated. And now Kyprios involved with Hardy. Sorella with Verbeek.
Might have been King who was getting the original, as he's already been pushed to the penalty box. Ushered over by Dan McCourt. It was a cross-checking call coming up with 18.1 seconds remaining here. I think it'll be kind of just, let's get out of this thing now.
This game has taken a long time.
Close to 3 hours.
Chris King for cross-checking. Kyprios played with Philadelphia and Washington.
Interesting to see what Washington does. They traded away big, strong forwards like Kyprios, and they have more skilled players, but they're not nearly as strong a team along the boards nor in front of their net to this point. It'll be interesting to see how their season moves along. They have a fight now on the far side of the ice, and enough's enough already.
And Kyprios. Wrestle, and now the linesman will try and pry them apart. Kyprios trying to get in. Kyprios still with his right hand free, trying to get something going. Now they're pulled apart. Boom yelling at the Whalers bench. It's really turned a little ugly.
It's getting to just, it's being dragged out. Getting to the point where I even hear a few boos after the last one. Enough already. Let's get out of here.
And Jeff Boom heads for the locker room. 14.3 seconds remaining. A late night for those young men.
I don't know what's cheaper, price of admission or the babysitter. The kids are still awake, and there's some smiles as they see themselves up on the Garden Vision.
King for cross-checking at 19:41. At 19:45, Boom and Kyprios 5 minutes each for fighting. Whalers are on their 7th power play in the game. They're 0 for 6.
Koser's on the ice. Nemchinov, Wells, and Sorella as the Rangers put some of their big defensemen out. Schick now talking things over with Roger Nielsen.
And
Huda and
perhaps he's
Burks, a couple of big boys.
I think
Jensen.
he's pointing to Koser and perhaps.
Yeah, but Roger Nielsen has to react to what the other team puts on the ice first, and that's Hartford's decision. The home team puts their players on last. And I think Schick is being very aware here of who's on the ice. He doesn't want to see any junk. Neither do I.
Well,
but you can't put your skill players out there after the other team puts their big boys. It just doesn't make sense. You try to neutralize it here, and hopefully it'll be neutralized.
McKenzie.
Oh, I like this. Roger Nielsen took Koser off and put Messier in a spot. I think players will have respect for Messier, and hopefully nothing will happen here. Oh, McKenzie wants Wells.
McKenzie dropped his gloves already.
Man, this is silly.
Oh, gee.
McKenzie's a brawler, too, and here we go.
And now everybody's in.
McKenzie started this whole thing. This may go back to earlier, though, when Wells was, remember during an incident, Wells was working over the young kid, the rookie, Petrovitsky. Right. And so this may be why McKenzie went over there. But, I mean, McKenzie there was no doubt he started this thing. Absolutely no doubt. And it looks like it's stopping quickly, thank goodness.
Well, 10.2 seconds remaining. Just get it done already.
I hear you. The other players had enough sense.
See, my feeling, John, and I know we've had disagreements on positions, and we go back and forth about this fighting issue. But I think, you know, if you had the power to eject players to begin with in that first altercation, that maybe this wouldn't have happened. Maybe it wouldn't have.
What's the brawl, you mean?
Yeah, late in the second period. If players had been ejected. Who would you eject
in that situation, though?
Well,
because there wasn't really a brawl. I mean, there was a bunch of players that got together, but they didn't fight and go crazy. It was bad enough as it was, and I agree to an extent. But how do you try to decide who to throw out? Listen, the NHL had a chance to make a very strong ruling. If you fight, you're out. They decided not to, and obviously through this game, there's been some bad blood, and it hasn't worked.
McKenzie instigating, 5 for fighting, and a game misconduct. Whalers dispute the call with referee Rob Schick.
This Whaler Hockey Club has taken a brand new approach, a different style of play on the ice, and I think you'll see a lot of this as they battle their way through the season.
Will they win?
I don't think so, because they don't have enough skill on the team to win. But at least they're trying to battle their way, and I mean, it's maybe the lesser of two evils. I don't know what you want to say about it, but there's nothing worse than losing games and being pushed around. At least they're trying to make an attempt to not be pushed around. However ugly this thing has been, this has been ugly. I mean, it really has.
209 penalty minutes in the game, and thankfully it ends right now. What may have gotten lost a little bit is that the Rangers have won the home opener 6-2, while all the scraps are separated. If you can peel that away, the Rangers did some real good things. Scored 6, got good goaltending from Mike Richter, looked good offensively, and come up with their second win of the season. They're 2-1. Alexei Kovalov with his first NHL goal. Mike Richter is now 5-0 against Hartford at Madison Square Garden, and 2-0 on this season. And the Rangers head off to the locker room with a good win. Al Troutwig is standing by. Al, take it away.
Well, Sam, as we watch Mike Richter, the winning goaltender, walk off the ice here, some of the Ranger fans leaning over, voicing their support. I want to begin a new democratic postgame show. Who would you like us to interview in the postgame, Sam?
What do you think, John? Tony Amonte is the vote up here. What do you think?
Okay, we'll go with that. So there you have it. I'll start to get busy in our postgame show. They're announcing our 3 stars of the game, Brian Leach among them. Stay with us as our coverage on opening night for the Rangers continues in just a moment.
The minute that I